Well, hello and welcome back to the Little Drops of Wonderful channel. This is where I talk about all things crochet and knitting and crafty stuff. My name is Ali and I live in Kent in the very southeast of England, and it's currently half term, which means everybody's at home, including my eldest daughter who's been home for this week. She goes home tomorrow. Today is Saturday when I'm filming this. So I've got a house full. There's boyfriends here as well, and well, a boyfriend. It's only Lydia with the boyfriend. There'll probably be friends dropping in for Phoebe at some point. My mum's due to arrive in an hour, and people are just going to be in and out. I'm filming in the kitchen, which I haven't done in a long time, just because it's the only place where I've got a little corner where if people do come in and out, they won't have to walk in front of me or try to watch the television or something. But you may well hear kitchen noise and doors opening and things clonking about. I'm going to try and film this in one go. I was intending to maybe just film it in bits over today and tomorrow and just drop in whenever I could, but I'm quite organised. We're going to talk about a lot of things, lots of crochet and knitting, cross stitch, bit of stitching and sewing, Strictly Sockalong, got a prize to draw. I've got 3 prizes to give away. So yeah, prize winners, things in progress, patterns, knitting retreats. I've written things down here so I can stay on track. Yeah, so lots and lots to talk about. But before I get stuck in, I'm going to mention that this episode is sponsored by Serious Readers, even though usually you see my light with me when I'm filming in the living room, but because I'm in the kitchen, it's not here, which means I am going to put some overlay footage as I am talking. And it also means that I've got a great discount for you as well. So I've had my Serious light now for over a year and a half, and honestly I use it every day. The one I have is the HD floor light with the lightweight base option. You can get a heavier weight base option, but we move it around quite a bit depending on where I'm sitting. I say we, I'll show you why in a minute. I love how the light looks aesthetically. As I walk past my house, if I'm coming back from a walk, I can see it through the window. I just like the way it looks, but most importantly, it's the clear, crisp light that's the main thing. I sit under this thing for hours and my eyes just don't get strained or tired. I've been working a lot on my cross stitch, and I couldn't do my cross stitch without it, to be honest. I do have one slight complaint though, and this is what is happening in the living room right now. I have to now fight Dan for it. He's got back into doing some of his Lego, and a friend of ours has lent him a set which he's currently working on, and he keeps stealing it because it's perfect for his perfect light for him to work on his Lego. And he likes it on the brightest, widest setting because you can increase and decrease the brightness really easily, and you can also increase the width of the beam and decrease it. So he has it on the highest of those settings, and I always have it on the lowest of those settings. It's a bit like if he uses my car and I have to reset the seat, except the light is much easier. All Serious lights come with a 5-year warranty, and they're hand built right here in the UK. I'm really proud to partner with them. They're a lovely company. They get such good reviews online, and it's a real quality thing that I'm really, really happy to have in daily use. And I have my unique code and link for you. I'll put it all on the screen and in a pinned comment as well. And this will get you £100 off plus free delivery if you're in the UK. It's not free delivery if you're outside the UK, but you still get £100 off. And yeah, thank you so much to the lovely people at Serious Lights. Cheers. Let's start with finished objects. And of course, the very first thing that I've got to show you, I'm saying I'm organised, I've left upstairs. So I'm going to have to go and get it. 1 second. Okay, hopefully that's everything. I found 2 more things when I went to get this that I'd also left upstairs, but hopefully I've got everything else here. Actually, I'm just looking and I know that I haven't. I've left something in the other room. Oh well, I'll get that when the time comes. So my first finished object. If you've been watching my Vlogtober, you will have seen this already. This is the One Skein Wonder Cowl Light. It's by Fibre and Fox. I will of course link the pattern underneath, and the beautiful yarn is Cerise. It's a fingering weight base and it's by Crochet Crafts. Look at how that has crocheted up. Oh my goodness, I am so happy with how this looks. So this is a free or paid for pattern. You can get it free with adverts on her blog, or you can buy an advert free downloadable copy from her website or from Ravelry. And it's designed to use one skein of beautiful fingering weight yarn. So the yarn was a gift from lovely Linda. So she subscribes to Claire at Crochet Crafts treat box subscription. This was the September treat box, which Linda very kindly had sent to me. So I got the treat box for September. I got all the little treats and biscuits and it was just brilliant. I will link her shop underneath because she does this every month. And I believe the September one you can still buy as well. So you always get yarn in the treat box. And I think you can also opt to just have the yarn and you can opt whether or not you want the treats as well. So it's really, really flexible. And the yarn for September was Cerise. And I'm just so pleased with how this worked up. I had to modify a little bit. So what you do is you start with front post, back post, half double crochets. This is in American terms, so that would be half triple crochets in UK terms. And then you do the mini bean stitch all the way up. And she suggests what you do is decrease your hook size to make it sort of naturally pull in a bit towards the top. And I did do that, but I also did every now and then reduce some stitches as well because I do like quite a snug fit with cowls. If I did it again, I would use the same hook size throughout, but I would start with a smaller amount of stitches at the beginning to just make the whole thing a little bit snugger. I just love it. I also did weigh the yarn at the beginning so I knew how much I needed at the end, but something went wrong and I had plenty left over. So I just extended the ribbing at the top just a little bit to use up my yarn. I'll show you what it looks like on and check my notes. Oh yes, I wanted to say as well that the pattern, so I got the yarn and I opened it and showed it in Vlogtober, and then Ailey, who is the Thoughtful Knitter, she has a YouTube channel, suggested in the comments that the One Skein Wonder cowl would be a good project for it. And she was absolutely spot on. I couldn't be more delighted. This is not going to be the last one of these that I make. Also, can we just appreciate the black and white, the pink and the blue all together? Isn't that a nice combination? Love it. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this. Fits beautifully. I will wear this a lot. I like wearing pink, like a nice bright pink. I find that those are the things I grab the most. Even though I love yellow, I tend to grab things that are pink more for around my neck. Oh, I just really like it. Maybe I'll just leave it on for a little bit. So this is the light version of this pattern. The original pattern, the One Skein Wonder cowl, was a DK version. So I think I'm going to make the DK version next. And I've got this skein of yarn that was sent to me as a gift from Germany. Lovely Nicole sent me a few bits as a thank you for the videos and the podcasts and the vlogs from Germany. And she chose a yarn from a German dyer. And she wrote it in her note, and I don't have her note with me. So I'll make sure to link the dyer. I believe it's an Etsy shop underneath. It's a DK yarn. And all I can tell you is it's 75% superfine merino, 25% polyamide, and I can't really tell you anything else because I can't read German. And it's beautiful and it's DK. So I think I'm going to make another one of these in a DK weight with this, and it's going to be so beautiful. I might even get this wound up today. She also sent, actually I should mention, she sent this beautiful book. It makes me so happy just holding this. It is edited by Linda Pimanto and it is Knitted Moomin Socks. This is a beautiful book full of beautiful patterns. It's quite chunky as well. It's got loads and loads of patterns and it's got quotes from the book. So like this one, here she was at last in her own garden where everything was in its proper place and everything was growing just as it should grow. It's from Moomin Papa at Sea. And that's the sock pattern inspired. I mean, I just feel unworthy of these patterns but I can do colour work and I can knit. Oh, Christmas ones. I didn't see these before, did I? Christmas is coming. Moomins with Christmas trees. I just don't know if I mean, it would be a real challenge for me. It's got cabling, it's got colour work, they are beautiful. I can do all of these things. I can do them all, it's just breaking it down, isn't it? You do one bit of cabling, one bit of colour work, it's all possible. I think there's some overstitching on some of them as well. Moomintrons, the Snort Maiden, were sitting side by side and looking contentedly into the fire for Moomin Summer Madness. Ooh. So that looks like it's got overstitching on it, doesn't it? Oh, I just love it. Thank you, Nicole. Sorry, that was a bit of an aside. I'm now really hot. I'm going to have to take this off. It's not as cold today as it has been, and I am wearing quite a thick jumper. So let's put that to one side. So that's my first finished object, my crochet one. I don't have any other knitted or crochet finished objects, but I do have some sewing to share with you. Here. Oof. I'm just going to share two. So I've been sorting out some dodgy bag finishing off and finessing, but I actually made two brand new dodgy bags. I had a little bit of fabric cut out, but I got the zips, I did all the lining, and I actually sewed them together. So I've got two new dodgy bags, and it's made with the absolutely bonkers fabric that I got from IKEA years ago. I love it because it's just vibrant and happy. So this is the first one. Now the measurements for these were just based on the panels of fabric that I had. So I just, and I did quite a deep box bottom as well. I just made them up, but I really, really like the size of this one. Perfect sock size. Love the print. I love the way the print goes around the bottom, and I've just lined it with cut up old school shirts that the girls grew out of. It's quite thin, but this outer fabric is very sturdy. And a yellow zip for that one. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. And then the other one, I had a bit of a bigger couple of bits of fabric, so it's a same kind of thing but bigger. Same box bottom, nice and wide. Oh, it's just so brilliant, isn't it? And this one's got a pink zip and the same school shirt lining. So I got a couple of new dodgy bags that I'm looking forward to using and having about the place to cheer me up. I love the bright bonkers colours and how unusual it is. Love, love, love. I wish IKEA still did these types of fabric. Although probably it's a good thing that they don't, otherwise I'd probably have the whole house covered in cushions made from it. It looked like we lived in a circus or something. So those are my dodgy bags. I did talk about making those on the other sewing I did in day 25 of my Vlogtober. I'm right in the middle of doing Vlogtober over on my other channel, my sort of vlogging and daily life channel, which is called This Little Wonderful Life. It's always linked in the description box underneath. We are just coming to the end of Vlogtober. It's day 26 today. So if you want to see the process of those coming to be, then day 25 is the video for you. Right, let's talk about some works in progress. In my giant bag. So I made Lilia a blanket with yarn that she chose to take away to university with her. Lilia is my eldest daughter. She is in her first term at university. She's living in halls of residence, and she requested a blanket, which I was more than happy to make. And I bought the yarn. So the blanket I made her was the Sun Gold blanket by Attic 24. It's a fabulous pattern. I loved making it. I used Stylecraft Special DK, and it came out brilliantly. She's really, really pleased with it. She's already washed and dried it once, and it came out really well. So the yarn was perfect for a student taking away to university. But I bought the amount recommended for the pattern, but I'm guessing my tension was probably quite different and stuff like that, so I had quite a bit left over. So I started, you would have seen in my last episode, another granny triangle wrap, which is a free pattern by Annaboo's House. This will be my third of these blankets. Well, it's supposed to be a wrap, it's supposed to be for worsted weight yarn, but the first couple I made with fingering weight yarn, and I made them big enough to be blanket size. I'm going to do the same with this, but I'm doing it with DK yarn. It's very versatile. I would say you can use any type of yarn that you like, really. It just depends if you're making it as a blanket, especially, because it doesn't matter, does it? You just keep going until it's big enough. So it's a triangle, and I showed it last time. So somewhere on your side there, you should see a gummy bear. Where's the gummy bear? Oh, there it is. So that's where I was when I last spoke to you. And everything beyond it is the progress that I've made. I also think I said wrong how I was doing the colours last time. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 rows of every colour interspersed with 1 row of brown. So I do 2 rows of gingerbread, 1 row of brown, 2 rows of grape, 1 row of brown, 2 rows of khaki, 1 row of brown, 2 rows of copper, 1 row of brown, and so on. I did it a lot more random for the original blanket, but I'm really liking the more uniform nature of it. Really, really pleased. So let's move the gummy bear up so that next time we talk about it, we know how much progress we've made. I don't know what else to say about this other than if you want perfect, relaxing, meditative crochet, by the time you're 4 rows into this, you have the pattern and you just keep doing the same thing until it's big enough. You can use 1 big ball of yarn, you can use several big balls of yarn like I'm doing, or you can just use minis and just add them, which is what I did with my first one. Whenever I ran out of 1 mini, I added the next one. And then last Christmas, I did a faded one with the Homespun House Advent yarns, and that looks incredible. I can't recommend this. I think I will make these for the rest of my life. I've got another one to start as well. Okay, something I've made a huge amount of progress on, and I never thought that this would be something I'd get into, but I have this year, is my cross-stitch project, which is living in my new cross-stitch bag. Let me just take it out so I don't give you a spoiler whilst I show you the bag. Or I better just take that out. So I ordered this from Ness's Craft Room on Etsy. Really pleased with it. Got the plastic front so you can see what's going on in here. I've got 2 projects in here, all my yarns. Oh, and I've got a bit of a stain on that plastic bit where I've obviously spilled some tea. It's one of the dangers of crafting, isn't it? Spilling tea. And I am making a kit. This was a gift from Sarah last year. It's a kit from Val's Stuff, and it's a Halloween one. And I have been enjoying this so much. It's done on a hand-dyed Ada, and it's done with over-dyed embroidery floss as well. And that has been such a joy to experience, and a new thing for me. And this is where I've got. I think last time I showed it, I only had like a mouth or something. But I've nearly finished it. All I've got to do now is a bit of embellishment. Oh, I've even done, look, French knots for the spider's eyes. I've never done that before. That was exciting. And there's the words, but I don't think I'm going to put the words. I'm either going to fill it in with something else or just leave it. I've also got to do the web that comes here from the spider, and I've just got to finish colouring in the bat, and then there were some stars to add as well. And then I'm going to frame it in a little frame. I'm hoping I might have it done by Halloween, which is next Thursday. I also bought myself a little pumpkin needle minder. I will link underneath where that's from. But yeah, I am so pleased with that. I've really, really enjoyed that. I've spent a lot of time listening to audiobooks, sitting underneath my light. When I do get half an hour, it's such a nice, mindful way to spend it. It's a bit like I said last time, it's like colouring in. You don't have to think about it. You can just follow the pattern, no thought really required. You can just get lost in it. And it's always like, I'll just do 1 more row. I'll just do 1 more row. I'll just do 1 more row. So yeah, very mindful. Very demure. Very cutesy. I hope Phoebe can't hear me, she would just cringe. Okay, what else? My creepy Crunkled socks in my fabulous Halloween bag by Craftmonger Law, with my badge from Toadstool House Art, and my yarn from Rhapsody Yarns in the colour Firefly, which is just luminous gorgeousness. I love this so much. I've had this in my stash for years. So glad to be using it. And I treated myself to a new DPN holder from Jo at Pickle Lily. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. I've now got a full Halloween set. Actually, I might get another DPN holder, but then I've got the bag, the stitch markers and the DPN holders. She also sent me a little, one of her yarn bucket pouches in a Halloween fabric that glows in the dark. Oh, the excitement. That is upstairs. So I don't have it, but I will show it next time. Yeah, delighted. So I started, if you recall last time, I'm in exactly the same position that I was last time. I've got 2 on the go because I knit concurrently. So I've got like the cuff and a bit done on sock 2, and this is how far I am. Woo! I'm actually at the point of the heel turn. It's the Crunkled socks pattern by Kay of the Bakery Bears. Let's put this on to stretch it out and show you. So it's by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. I love how the pattern's working with the yarn. It almost looks like a flutter of bats, doesn't it? But then I discovered, I hadn't realised because I just launched into it, that the yarn has no nylon in it. It's 100% superwash merino. Let's have a look. Is that right? Here's my book. I would have stuck it in here. Oh, I haven't stuck it in here, so I don't know what I've done with the label. Yeah, it's 100% superwash merino. And I hadn't realised that, so then I thought, oh, maybe I'll turn them into mitts. And then I ordered some of this. This is called something I can't remember. Hang on. Oh, I do have the yarn band. Rhapsody yarns. There you go. I'll link everyone underneath. Oh, I just remembered I've got my little ghosty here. And Bean crafts a lot. I'm going to put that on. A little beaded ghosty as well. Just as yarn jewellery. Oh, gorgeous is that? With his little pumpkin. Oh, I just can't get over how cute he is. Yeah, so I ordered this nylon thread. It has a particular name. I can't remember what it is, so I shall put it on the screen. And I got this from a company in the UK. So I'll link where I got it from. And you hold it to reinforce, you can hold it, it's nylon, to reinforce knitting and other uses as well. So I got this thinking I'd give it a go, and then I sort of questioned whether or not it was worth it. I could just use black yarn, but then I was like, well, it would look nice because then I could have the green flecked with the black for the toes and the heels to reinforce them. And I think that's what I am going to do, because I've never made a pair of socks without nylon before, I don't think. So I want to see how they wear, and I want to experiment. And I also want to use this technique to see how that goes as an experiment as well. So I'm going to hold this double with the yarn for the heels and the toes, and yeah, see how the socks wear doing that. Just be interesting to find out. So I'm going to keep going now with the heel and incorporate this, and then I will report back next time. I hope that all made sense. It didn't make much sense in my head. Okay, we're going into things I have made no progress on territory. The first thing, well, this is my weekender blanket. Just flash my bag as you look how full it's getting. This is from This Lizzie Sews. I'll link her places underneath. Oh, I love this bag so much. I've just left my thread. Put it back in here, and that'll get lost. Can hear footsteps coming down the stairs. We may have visitors shortly. Hello, Jake.
Hello.
Hello, Lilia.
Oh, sorry, are you filming again?
Yeah, that's okay. I fully expected to be interrupted. Do you want to show your finished object on the podcast? So everyone's coming in and getting ready for my mum arriving in half an hour, but Dan also has a finished object. It means I can have my light back now.
Lego Technic Rain
Is it
Land Rover Discovery.
Very good. Oh. Oh. Does it do things?
Yeah, the wheels turn.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's all kinds of mechanisms.
Yeah, and the boot opens.
Oh, amazing. I bet you didn't think you were going to get this kind of content today. Epic.
There are a couple of bits missing.
Well, you've made better progress than I have on my weekender blanket. Can you shut the door?
Whoa.
Okay. So Dan's gone back to the living room. Lilia and her boyfriend have gone back upstairs. He's just getting ready to go. And I will show you my weekender blanket, or I won't. So I'm making the weekender blanket, which is a pattern by Sandra of Cherry Heart, lovely Sandra, and I'm making it out of a year-long blanket club subscription from my friend Suzanne at Green Lambkin Yarns. You get 4 skeins every month of 20 grams of DK yarn. It's the secret treasure box theme, and you get all kinds of jewel colours and a real mishmash, which is my favourite type of thing. I do like colour and lots of things mashed together, and yeah, I enjoy the surprise. So I've balled up all of the minis for September, and normally I would work on them straight away, but because I've been doing Vlogtober, I just haven't had the time. So here are the colours. Oh, look at them. I love them so much. Every month there's always 1 or 2 where I think, oh, I could make a jumper from that. And this month, it's this one. Whoop. Oh, I just love it. I love them all, but that's my favourite one. But I haven't done anything with it. But I did finish last month's. Is that last month's? I always label them, so yeah, that's August. That's the one. This one I love from last month, especially, and this one. Oh, that's Halloweeny, I think. So no progress on that, but I did ball up the yarn, so we're taking that as a bit of progress. And then the other thing I have made no progress on, because I've completely lost my knitting mojo, is my April cardigan. And I was going great guns on this. This is a pattern by Petite Knit, and I'm loving it. And I'm on the easy bit, the body, where I'm just going backwards and forwards. And I think I just get overwhelmed because I think, oh, I've got to get it right, get the length right. I'm also worried I'm going to run out of yarn. I might take this with me next weekend, the weekend of the beginning of November. I am going to the Lay Family Yarn Retreat. It's the first time I've ever been to a yarn retreat. I am absolutely so nervous and so excited at the same time. I can't even describe it. But there's going to be a lot of very expert knitters there, including, of course, Kelly and Nick, who run it. So I might take this with me to get sort of advice and views on if I need to take some more yarn home with me. Because what better place to be? Because I'm making this, I should say, out of the yarn that I dyed with Lay Family Yarn and designed, or provided the inspiration for. And it is Wonderland Walk. It's inspired by my love of walking in woodlands and my love of Alice in Wonderland. And that's what I'm making it out of. But making no progress. Ah, I just dropped 2 stitches at the end. Hang on. Do you know what I need to do, actually? I think I've got them here. I've got a couple of needle stoppers. I'm going to plonk those on so that we don't have any disasters. There you go. Yeah, so no progress, but I might take this with me to the retreat along with like the massive bag of other things I'm taking to get advice on yarn usage. Oh, and the bag. I should mention the bag as well. My lovely, lovely bag from the aforementioned Linda Evans, she of the gifting of the Cerise yarn. She makes these. Yeah. If you're interested in any of Linda's bags, let me know. I'll put you in touch with her. She makes them if they're requested, I believe, is the right answer. I always forget. I'm so sorry, Linda. My memory is terrible. Yeah, so that's my April cardigan that isn't. And then, oh, my English paper piecing hexies. I spoke about this last time, and a volunteer at my work had very kindly shown me what to do, and they had made one, and I was fully intending on having a go. Well, I have had a go, and I've made all of them. I've stitched the hexagons from the kit, all of them. I will get them and show you. So this is a birthday gift that I got years ago and then never touched because I'm so slow at everything, from Lovely Gainer. This was a birthday gift. And it's from So Sweet Violet. And it's one of her English paper piecing kits. It is just a joy, this kit. Everything in it is like top-notch quality, beautiful. It feels like such a luxurious treat. Nothing is skimped on. You get scissors, quality thread, needles, everything. Oh, I lied. I haven't done all of them. I've got a few left here. I've got about 5 left. But otherwise, I have been happily making hexagons. So I've got about 5 bits of fabric left. And I've reached the point now where, like I often do with new crafts, is I go, I don't know what to do next, I'll just put it away. But really, it's going to be quite simple. I just need to sew them together. Like this. Oh, they are so pretty. I'm going to show you some of my favourites. This one. That reminds me of like 1950s linoleum for some reason, like tabletops. They are all so pretty, and they're all so, they work so well as a, you know, with each other. This one I love. This one. Oh, this one. Some of them just feel beautifully nostalgic. They just like hit something in my soul. Can't get them back in the blinking box now. This one. Oh, just love them. So now I'm just at the stage of going, right, what do I do next? But I thoroughly enjoyed it. You were all right. So many of you have said to me over the years you'd really enjoy it. And as usual, you were 100% right. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to moving on with that. Okay, let's talk about the Strictly Sockalong, shall we? Now, most importantly with the Strictly Sockalong, I should say, rather than just launching into it as though assuming everyone knows what I'm on about, the Strictly Sockalong is in its 8th year now. I first started it in 2017, and we knit or crochet socks throughout the period of time that Strictly Come Dancing is on, otherwise known as Dancing with the Stars in other parts of the world. And originally we just knit and crochet socks whilst watching Strictly. Then it evolved into just horrendous cheating, and you can even win prizes for cheating. So quite often people join in, they don't even watch Strictly, and they have to come up with really good cheats and terrible, tenuous reasons. And for that reason, it's really worth going to have a look at the Ravelry thread. It's just one thread for finished objects and chat this year, because it's always hilarious to read what people are doing to get away with being able to join in. It's one of my favourite parts of the Sockalong. So that's what the Sockalong is. It runs from now until the first week or 2 of January. I give people plenty of time to get their socks in, and I draw prizes at different intervals throughout. I'm drawing some prizes today, in fact, because there's always prizes drawn when the first 10 of the season is awarded. And that happened a couple of weeks ago. Motzi gave the first 10, followed by Shirley and Anton, and that was for the Charleston Dance by Aliash and Tasha. So they got the first 10s, so that triggers a prize. Let's just do it now, actually. Let's look at my spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet, of course. Got a spreadsheet for everything. I drew the winners before I started filming. I've got 3 winners, 2 pattern prizes and 1 physical prize. So the first winner to come out was I used the random number generator that you just put into Google, and I did between 2, because I don't count my first post, and I think it was 751 or something when I looked in there this morning. There was that many entries. The chat in there is brilliant. It's so fun to watch everyone chatting, and they're sharing their projects, and they're so encouraging of each other, and it's funny, and yeah, it's really nice to read through. I lurk. And the first winner that came out was Alice, who's post number 373, and that is Isabella 106. And Alice, you have won a pattern prize from Christina Burke. The pattern is the Gudrun Strumper, or the Gudrun socks. And she's donated 3 of these patterns, so there will be other winners of these later on. I will arrange to have that sent to you on Ravelry, and I also want to apologise to Christina because she donated them previously and I forgot. Fortunately, she very kindly and gave me a nudge about it, and I felt absolutely awful, and she said, why don't you use them for Strictly? So that's what I'm doing. So they're lovely socks. I'm sure you will enjoy making them, Alice. And then I drew the next winner, and that was a really early one, number 25. That was Elena in Australia, Going and Growing, and you have won, Elena, the Skipping Pebbles, I'm getting it mixed up, the Regal Ankle Socks by Kerry at Skipping Pebbles. These are, I did have my copy here. Where did I put it? I might have left it in the other room. They're really interesting socks. There are 3 different options for them, and it's an unusual construction, and I'm looking forward to trying these myself, but I haven't yet. But yeah, congratulations. I will arrange to have those sent to you. The advantage of drawing winners from Ravelry is I know immediately your details, especially if it's a pattern, and I can just have it sent to you. And then the physical prize winner, it was number 466, so quite a late one, and that was Ali Hudson. I don't know anything about where you are in the world, Ali. There wasn't any information. So get in touch with me via my email, which is littledropsofwonderful@gmail.com. You have won the Twinkle Toes sock set from Wool is the Answer. Twinkle Toes looks like this. This is mine. From Wool is the Answer. There we go. Come on, focus. Oh, it's so pretty this year. They always do a Strictly colourway every year. So you've won a sock set. It's got like a blue mini with it. And to go with it, you've won a Dancing Cats yarn bowl. And this is my Dancing Cats yarn bowl here from Jo at Pickle Lily. So I'm able to show you straight away what it all looks like, because it's all wrapped up, all ready to go. So get in touch with me via my email with your address, Ali, and what a great name. And I'll get that sent to you. Got cats trying to get in now. So yeah, first prizes, how exciting. The next lot of prizes will be for finished objects that are in the thread by this, the weekend of the Halloween show. Is the Halloween show tonight or next week?
Tonight.
Is it tonight? Okay, so there you go. Be too late, because by the time you watch this, if you haven't got in there already, that time will have passed. It's always a bit weird time warping when you're filming. Okay, the next thing I have to say is I have to be a bit honest. Oh, he's dancing now. I suppose it's appropriate. I am talking about the Strictly Sockalong. For the first time in the 8 years that I have been running the Strictly Sockalong, I have no sock mojo at all. I know. You're shocked. That's your shocked face. I think it's taking the cheating too far to say that I can include my crochet blanket, which is what I've been mainly working on whilst watching Strictly. I don't know, I've got my creepy Crunkled socks that I showed you, but I've made no progress on those yet. I've got my unbirthday yarn, my very merry unbirthday yarn, which I showed last time. So I just had to cut then and look at my book, because I couldn't remember if that was the name of them. The name of the yarn, I mean. So yeah, it is. It's a very why can't I get this? A very merry unbirthday self-striping. So I've balled it up into 2 balls. It's all ready to go. So this is by Andrea at Spin and Blether. I love them so much. And self-striping is the way to go if you've lost your mojo a bit, isn't it? As well. So I've got that, but I haven't cast it on. And speaking of self-striping, I have also got this beautiful gobstopper that Helen from Giddy Yarns gave me ages ago, and it's living in my gorgeous bag from Milena at The Thoughtful Knitter. Both Giddy Yarns and The Thoughtful Knitter have absolutely gorgeous YouTube channels, and I've got in here the gobstopper yarn. I think it was called Cloudy Rains. It's a rainy, sunny day. So this is one of her gobstoppers. I don't know if she does this colour anymore, but I've wanted to use it for years. So I've got that, not cast on. I've also got in my Pickle Lily yarn bowl behind me that you just saw, last year's Strictly colourway from Wool is the Answer, which was Cha Cha Cha, and I got the DK one. Sock set. So, and I do love a pair of DK socks, I have to admit. That would be a lot of fun to work on. I've even got the matching DPN holder. What is it about things matching? I just love it when things all match and coordinate. So I've got that, and I've got that. I've got the, what is the answer? Strictly yarn for this year, Twinkle Toes, not cast on. And I actually, this one is the Merino Bamboo Mix, which I'm really excited to try for socks. So soft. So soft. Maybe this would make a nice one of those cowls as well, One Skein Wonder cowl. Very soft on the neck indeed. So I've got all of these and I haven't started any of them. So maybe I need to use the retreat time to do some sock knitting. I mean, they don't take up that much room. I could just pack them and then just choose when I'm there and just use that time to do a bit of sock knitting and get my sock mojo back maybe. I don't want to be at the retreat and get a mojo for something and not have the appropriate corresponding project. So I think I'm just going to have to pack a crochet project, a sock project, a garment project, some mindless crochet, something more complex, just, you know, otherwise I might get like when you order a meal and then you want what the other person's ordered. If you're sat next to someone at a retreat for 4 hours, you're going to end up being like, oh, I want to be making that kind of project. Yeah. So maybe I just go fully prepared. Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah. Anyway, next door's dog is now barking as well. Welcome to Saturday in my house. I've got some more prizes as well. Now, I'm not going to hold them up. I'm going to put them as an overlay as I tell you about them. Otherwise, I just get too carried away and I end up speaking for hours. So I'm going to show you on the screen. I have got a few sets of angel stitch markers that were donated by lovely Lynn Thomas, who I met once at a yarn show. She gave me one and she's donated them to add to some of the prize parcels. So I'm going to add some of those at random in prize parcels when I send them out. I of course have 2 more now patterns of the Gudrun Stromper socks by Christina Burke. I have got a set of project cards from lovely Fran at Franny Do Makes. We're just going to pause to say that Phoebe has done what I've asked her to and brought down her bedding for washing. Do you want to put it in the machine yourself?
I forgot how to do that.
She's conveniently forgotten how to work the machine.
I have actually.
I'm halfway through saying about some prizes. So, what was I saying? Gudrun Stromper socks. I've got 2 more copies of that pattern to give away. Oh no, I was on the project cards from Franny Do Makes. I love these. I've got them in use in my project bag. I've got my ones at the back of my little book, and then what I do is when I use them is I stick them in, and then I can write all my details here, but I do it so that I can open it like that. Phoebe's impressed. Everyone keeps coming in looking impressed with what I'm doing. I have got also from Fran at Franny Do Makes. I will link her channel underneath because I really love her podcast, but I can't find the other prize. What have I done with, can you see a white box? Oh, it's here. She sent no, why am I picking it up? I said I was going to put it on the screen. So we're going to put it on the screen. Already getting carried away and distracted. It's a yarn holder from Siobhan's Craft. She wasn't using it, so she said, would you like to have it as a Strictly prize? So I have put a picture of that up for you to see. I have also got this amazing book, the Doodle Knits book by Jamie Lomax. It's sold by Crookston Craft, and again, this is the Linda Evans episode. Linda sent this for me to either use and keep or give as a prize. And I am going to give it as a prize because I know that whoever wins it will get round to using it a lot quicker than I will. So it's a beautiful prize, and yeah, thank you so much for that, Linda. And then I've got 3 things that lovely Callan from Instagram, Mullet Knits, sent to me as prize donations. I've got a kit for the Seraphine Knits from the Knitting Shed. I've got a skein of West Yorkshire Spinners in the Pheasant colourway, and I've got a skein of the Regia Arnie and Carlos in colour 02460, which knits up in a really lovely self-patterning way. So those, I think those are all of the new prizes that I've got coming in. I don't think I've missed any. If you've contacted me and you haven't heard from me, make sure you've contacted me via my email, because I miss Instagram messages all the time just because of the way they're laid out, and I can't find things and I lose them. Email's always best because I can stay organised there. Yeah, so very exciting. Which socks do you think I should try and go for the Strictly socks? I think I should probably go with what I've started and try to finish my creepy Crunkled socks. And then I think I might go for one of the Will Is the Answer ones. Although self-striping is a good way of getting out of a slump as well. But let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know how you're getting on with your Strictly socks. Are you in a bit of a slump in any one of your crafts? I mean, it's not like I'm in a slump crafting wise, it's just the knitting side of it. But that's natural, isn't it? We all go in and out of things all the time. It just so happens that my knitting and sock slump has arrived at the same time as the yearly Sockalong that I run, which is a bit annoying. Okay, and finally, I had a pattern gift that I wanted to share with you. This was sent to me a little while ago and I just completely didn't spot it, and it's amazing. It's called Jethro and it's by Tanis Fibre Arts. I've got a black and white copy here, so I'll put a picture up of it. It was a lovely gift from Poppers, and it is a pattern that's made with a combination of knitting and crochet. The best of both worlds. I just love it. It'll be really interesting. I think it'll be a good stash buster as well. So thank you for that, Poppers. I really, really appreciate it, and I've printed it out all ready to go. It only remains for me to say that I'm doing Vlogtober. Don't forget to hop on and watch that. I will be doing Vlogmas as well, but I'm wondering if maybe I might just do Vlogmas here and make it really yarny based. What do you think? Should I do that, or should I continue with more life and yarny based over on my other channel? It's nice to have the option, but I am sort of thinking, which way should I go this year? I don't know. Yeah, just thinking out loud. Anyway, until next time, I'm sorry if this was really rushed and a bit interrupted. Happy knitting, happy crocheting, and I will see you again in November, hopefully with more progress on everything. Bye. And by the way, I did that all before 1 o'clock and before my mum got here.